I can't believe all this. You and Daddy have been lying to me. Dad have been in prison since I was 5, Mommy. Do you know how long that is? Sarah, please calm down. It's not what you think. Not what I think? Okay, tell me. What do I think? Huh? Tell me, because I don't understand. How did he even end up in there at the first place? Sarah, your mother will be calling your phone non-stop. I think you should go home and hear what she wants to say. Jennifer, what else does she have to say to me? Don't you get it? She lied to me since I was 5. Do you know how old I am now? Next year I will be 26. I think you should do the maths.
What can they possibly suspect of us? As long as we clear every trace of evidence towards us, we shall be fine.
Mom, what have the police been able to do for the past 20 years? I don't care who they are. I am my father's daughter and I fear no man.
Osas, what do you have for me?
Chairman, earlier today, one of the boys reported that he saw a lady buying different newspapers concerning you, and she was buying them in bulk.
Newspapers?
Of me? What for? That is what I'm trying to find out, Chairman.
All these little rats. Let them try me and see. I will make them disappear. Eh? Osas! Osas! Want them oh! Want them oh!
When Sarah found out the truth about her mother, she went ahead and submitted a petition against Garu because she thought that Garu had a connection with the late Chief's disappearance. Garu and Chief Eze was not just rivals, they were good friends, but they drifted apart because of the way Garu was behaving. That day, when Sarah was leaving the police station after she had submitted the petition, one of Garu's boys followed her back to her house to know where she was living, and they took a picture of her to show Garu. Garu was shocked when he saw the picture of Sarah, and he said, "Who is this one? This small fly that I will just crush. Eh? Osas, Osas, are you sure this is the girl you saw buying newspapers of me?" "Yes, Chairman, I am sure of it." "Chairman, remember you said we should do further findings about this girl, and Chairman, you wouldn't believe it, I saw her coming out of the police station today." "What? What was she doing there?" "Chairman, that is what I don't know about, but the good thing is that I followed her home and I know where she lives." That's good, that's good. We will pay her a visit. Eh? Osas, Osas, eh? That night, Sarah was at the parlor when she started hearing footsteps around the house, and she was curious because it was late, and she went to check on Grace in her room, and she saw that Grace was asleep, and she said, "Who is walking around this house by this time of the night?" And she pointed a torch through the window, but she saw no one, and at that moment she heard a tap at the door, a heavy tap at that very moment. Sarah was scared and didn't know what to do. She was having different thoughts going through her mind, and she said, "My goodness, what if it's the neighbor? Let me go and check first." Sarah then went ahead and opened the door, and that was a grave mistake she made that very moment. 4 men were standing in front of Sarah with a stare of true glance. They covered their faces. Sarah was shocked immediately she saw them. She wanted to scream, but one of the men blocked her mouth, and she couldn't say a word. She was shaky as they were taking her into their car, and at that moment she thought of Grace, her father, thinking it was over for her. "Who are you people? Where are you taking me?" Sarah shouted, but the men remained silent, and when they arrived at their hideout, they kept Sarah in a room and left her there. Sarah banged at the door so hard and she screamed, "Let me out! Let me out!" but all to no avail. In the morning, when Grace woke up and was getting ready for work, she searched the house but couldn't find Sarah. "Where did Sarah go this early morning? She's nowhere in the house. Let me call her." When Grace called Sarah's phone, she discovered that the phone was ringing in her room, and she was shocked that very moment. She said, Why did she not carry her phone? Come to think of it, she did not inform me before leaving the house as well. I think something is wrong. This is not like Sarah at all. That morning, Grace went to Jennifer's house to check if Sarah was there, but Jennifer said she haven't seen Sarah at all. And this made Grace to become worrisome, and after that moment, Grace went to the police station to report a missing person, and she also met Joseph and told him that Sarah, his daughter, is missing. Joseph was shocked after hearing the shocking news coming out of Grace's mouth, but there was nothing he could do because he is inside a cell. Grace also told Joseph that she had reported to the police and they would start looking for her immediately. But Joseph was scared and didn't know what to do. He said, "Grace, how did this happen? I woke up and I couldn't find Sarah in the house, but her phone was inside. But where must she have gone so early without carrying her phone? That is what I thought. But I also went to her best friend's house, but they claim that they haven't seen her at all. Joseph, I promise you this. I will go to the end of the earth, if I must, to look for Sarah." Grace assured Joseph that she will go to the end of the earth and look for Sarah to keep the promise she made to Sarah's late mother, Flora. Shaman Garu. We have the girl. She is locked up inside one of the rooms. Good. Let me go and see her. Usas, one of the high-ranking men among Garu's boys, who carried out the operation to adopt Sarah that night. When he took Garu to the room, Sarah was being held. Sarah was shocked to see Garu standing in her presence. Sarah stared at him with fear on her face, and Garu said, "So it is you that is buying newspapers of me? Eh? What information are you looking for? Eh? This small rat." In that moment, Sarah was having different thoughts going through her mind. She knew she needed to think fast and not to answer wrongly. My God, what do I say? And Garu shouted, "My friend, I said answer me." And Sarah said, "Nothing, sir. I was just buying the papers because I admire your work and I want to be a chief like you, sir." And Garu burst into laughter. You admire my work? Are you not a spy? Eh? This small thing. Osas, make sure that she does not leave this place. I will decide on what to do to her. Nonsense. Garu was shocked. At that moment, Sarah told him she admired his work, as that was the first time an outsider made such a compliment to Garu. After Garu instructed Osas not to take his eyes off Sarah, Garu left the hideout that night to take a rest at his house. And while he was driving that night, he was worried and having thoughts concerning the ongoing case of his driver, the late Chief AZ. He knew the case is still on and Sarah's father, who is the suspect, have not yet been convicted. And his greatest wish is for Mr. Joseph to be found guilty of the crime so that he can be free of his worries. Meanwhile, Sarah was thinking of how to escape from the room she was locked in, but every means she tried ended up failing. Sarah cried every night in the room and she thought all hope was lost, and for over 2 weeks no one heard or seen Sarah. Grace was already losing it when Jennifer opened up to her about Sarah's finding, and at that moment Grace realizes that maybe Garu had a hand in Sarah's disappearance. Jennifer, I just realized now, what if Garu was the one that took Sarah because of the investigation Sarah was doing of him? Yes, that makes sense, but still, there's no evidence to prove that Garu took her, and if we lay false accusations against Garu and it turns out to be false, we are going to be sued by Garu. But there's no other person I could think of except Garu. That man, he must be the one. He must be the one that took Sarah. Shaman Garu Tomorrow is the day of the final hearing of the case against Mr. Joseph. Good. I know that already. Osas. I will be at the court as well. I want to witness it myself. This case is already taking too long. Yes, that reminds me. What of that girl that was locked up? Hope she have not escaped, because if I come back, I will use her and settle down. Osas, you know these things now. Let her cool me down. Osas. Garu planned to take advantage of Sarah when he returned from the court, and unknowingly to Garu, Sarah overheard all Garu said to Osas, and she was shocked at that moment. Sarah was frightened and didn't know what to do. She knew Garu was a bad man, but she didn't think of him being this evil. Sarah began to worry. She was restless and was walking around the room in circles. My God, what do I do? And tomorrow is my father's final trial. God, help me out. I can't stay here. I can't.